Hi, you're welcome to the channel. So, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to install Python on your Windows machine. So, I'm currently on the Windows device, or the Windows machine. I'm on Windows 10, by the way. So, you want to go to the first thing we're going to be doing is to download Python. Then later we go ahead to download a text editor to be used. I recommend VS Code, but whatever text editor you want to use, Sublime, Atom, it's totally up to you. So, but I recommend VS Code because it's very nice. So, we first of all go to download Python at python.org. I think slash downloads, yes. So if you go to python.org slash downloads, you will see the latest version over here. So you can just click on download. You can just click on download. It will kickstart the download immediately here. But I have the software downloaded already on my machine, so I don't have to download it. Then the next software you want to download is VS Code. In my own case, I highly recommend it. So you can just go to Google search download VS Code. So this is the link over here, this first search result over here. Click on it. Okay, so you can see all the options available. If you are installing for Mac, this is the installer to download. If you are installing for Linux, but I'm installing for Windows, so I can just go with a system installer or a user installer. So whichever one, it works fine. So I can just click on this user installer, for example, and it is supposed to kickstart my download for me automatically. But if the download isn't working, you'll see this link over here. So I've downloaded VS Code to my machine already as well. So I'll just cancel this. So let me begin the installation proper. These are the two files over here. This is the Python interpreter, and I have my VS Code over here. So installing the Python interpreter first. Okay, so please, it is very important that you click this add python.exe to path. Very important. So don't forget to click it. Add Python to path. Then every other thing is just um, it will ask you for administrator privileges. Like, just accept there. Okay, so it's installing now. I'll just pause the video for it to finish the installation. Okay, the installation is successful. So two things we can do to check, just to verify that Python was installed. You can come to your Windows, check your Windows application, go to P. Under P you should see Python, the Python folder that will contain your IDLE. It will contain the Python interpreter itself and the module, some other, I think it's four different options over there. So apart from that, you can also check your command prompt, CMD. So you can also check your CMD. I think I have my terminal here. Let me use my terminal. Okay, so you can also check from here. This is not the default command prompt that comes with Windows. So on your end, it might just be CMD that you have to use. By the way, you can install this from the Microsoft Store. So just type Python 3, Python 3. Okay, you can see where Python, it is giving me the installation folder of the of Python on my laptop. You can see, so this is working fine. I think Python, ordinary Python. Okay, I'm not supposed to write Python 3. I wrote Python 3, that's why it didn't give me anything. So you can just write on your own end. You can type where Python or just ordinary Python. It will give you the current version, the version of the Python version that you installed, and a bit of information about it. So let me just exit. No, exit. Okay, so Python is successfully installed. So we are halfway done. What we have to do now is to install our text editor, which is VS Code. So just double click on this and accept the agreement. Click on next. Click on next. Well, don't create a start menu folder. I don't mind. Next. Now I want you to create a desktop icon for me. Open with code. Yes, I want this also. Add to path, very important. Make sure that this is checked. So yes, also register code supported for register code as an editor for supported files. Yes. So then you install. So we also wait for it to install. I'll just pause the video for it to install. So the installation is complete now. Okay, so you can just click on finish. It will launch VS Code automatically. So my VS Code is coming up. Okay, so normally this is what a fresh window will look like. It will ask you to select your theme and all that. After selecting the theme, what you want to do for Python to be running the way it's supposed to run is that you will come to this extensions marketplace. You can see this extensions marketplace now. It's installing all the extensions that I had initially before I uninstalled this. So the one you want to install is this Python by Microsoft. Just come here, then you search for Python. Then this one by Microsoft over here, it will give you as an option. You click on install. Then when it is done installing, we just pick up from there. I have to wait for it to finish installing, so let me just pause the video a bit. I'll have to pause the video. It's still installing. So VS Code, I finished installing my extensions, so it's telling me I have to reload, but on your end you don't have to. But let me just reload my VS Code. Okay, so now that my VS Code has done the reload, it's time for me to write my first Python code. So what you want to do to be sure that this text editor is connected to the Python interpreter that you installed, come to this file explorer icon over here. Then you can create a new file by Ctrl N. Use Ctrl N to create a new file. Then you save the file using Ctrl S. Another way to save the file is to come to File, then Save. Then you choose where the file is going to be saved. Let me save mine in Documents under Code Screenshots. Then I'm going to be saving it as. Don't forget that the file extension for Python files is .py. So let me say first .py. Now, as soon as it detects a Python file, you can see that the icon over here has changed. The icon of the file has changed, and if you can see what is happening here, discovering Python interpreters. So the Python interpreter that I just installed it's trying to detect the interpreter, so that when I write code here, it knows the interpreter to send the code to for execution. So we just have to wait for it to discover the interpreter. And the reason why it can easily discover the interpreter over here is because we added to path, if you remember. so you can just get the interpreter directly from there. I'm waiting for this to detect the interpreter. Let me just pause the video. Okay, so Python have detected my interpreter. You can see the interpreter over here. You can see the interpreter over here. So if I should click on this play button over here, it's giving me 2, which is what I printed. Let me write a for loop. I can say for I in range 20 print I. Okay. So if I should run this code, you can see I have to, no, I've not saved the file, so I have to save the file. Then when I run it, you can see I have 2 up to 19. So, and I think the latest version of Python is way faster than the former. So, well, that will be all for this video. How to install Python on your Windows machine. So, in addition, I've shown you how you can install the text editor, which is VS Code. I highly recommend for my students, and I recommend for other people too, because it is very versatile. So thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.